proudly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
How do I maintain health, relationship, and business at the same time? If I have a relationship, then that becomes my focus. Falling in love consumes me, falling out of love consumes me, fights consume me, business gets put to the side. Health kind of gets third priority. My business is what drives me, it's what my passion is, it's what excites me, it's what I love doing every single day. How do I fit a relationship into that? As crazy as that sounds.
I think the challenge is just the perception that we have to fit stuff in.
Okay.
Like even that language.
For sure.
It's kind of like, I have to fit this into this. And when we think of fitting, we think of puzzle, we think of pieces, we think of bits that don't quite go together. I see it more as layers of life.
Okay.
And we have multiple layers in life that all serve a different need.
Yeah.
Just as we have a body, a mind, and consciousness, and a relationship is productive, effective, or useful for the body, mind, and consciousness on different levels. I look at it as, how do you create a team with someone so that you can achieve your goals and they can achieve theirs? So what's the partnership that you can create? What's the relationship that you're creating where she's enhancing you and you're enhancing her? And you're both coming together to enhance each other rather than, oh, what gap does she fit in my life and what gap does he fit in mine? And so I think that shifts how you go about finding that person.
Okay.
Because before it was just about, oh, do I like that person? Do I get along with them?
For sure.
But now it's like that added aspect of, actually my business is my top priority.
Yeah.
I need someone in my life who enhances that rather than just someone who's cool. I think the point is that ultimately we're all satisfied and seeking connection. Like that we can't get rid of. And no matter how much business and purpose, even Einstein said, he said, if you want to be happy, tie your life to a goal, not a person, right? And so that happiness is important. But I think we all know that that goal or that achievement or that success still doesn't satisfy us in comparison to a personal connection. All we can do in it.
Exactly. I was about to say, you want to be happy, tie yourself to a goal and not a person. You ain't got nobody to share the goal with, like, especially after you achieve it. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's nice. You know what I mean? We got Bowman in here. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. Bowman always challenges us with his different iteration of the topic that we present. Bowman, you were saying before we came forward, now we have come full circle. What are your thoughts?
So, Zoe,
I'm listening.
How do you feel about people who say that one person doesn't believe in Jesus, but the other person does? Should that make or break the future outcome of the relationship?
It will. That's an interfaithful relationship. An interfaithful relationship or an interfaith relationship. And again, this goes back to looking at balancing perspectives. If you're in an interfaithful relationship, you're going to have to learn how to manage those perspectives. You're going to have to find a way to agree to disagree. You're going to have to find a way to compromise. You're going to have to find a way to make space for each of those belief systems to exist within that relationship. There are many people out there in interfaith relationships that are happy, that are doing their thing. So I don't see it as too much of a major problem. It can be if you're dealing with people who don't understand the key surrounding balancing perspectives. Your idea on that? Your thoughts on that?
Yes. So what I'm saying is, if, for instance, I don't believe in Jesus, obviously, but I believe in the things that he taught and being that type of person. So he says, a man shouldn't even look on a woman, right? Meaning we should not even think about it, because if we think about it.
Hold on. Let me digest what you just said. You don't believe in Jesus, but you believe in what he taught?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be clear. I'm just...
So I'm saying this to say that
so you believe in the author that wrote it? I'm lost here.
No, what I'm saying is it's meat. It's the meat of it that I believe in, and not just the milk of.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about the spirit behind it, of being that type of man to get a specific result in the relationship. That sometimes, go ahead.
Let me ask you, is that what you're out for? A specific result from the relationship?
No. What I'm saying is, remember you were telling me it should be emanating. The spirit should be emanating from you, right?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It's the same exact thing. You're walking in the way of righteousness.
I get it. So you gotta be the idea instead of practicing the idea. Okay, I get it. Got it.
Yes. And so if somebody believes in that regard, why should it take away from the person in a system as far as believing? It shouldn't be just, you got to believe in that thing or what it represents. Some people need that. I get that. But it shouldn't determine.
In my definition of what you're saying, a spiritually evolved person will see their partner as just that, what you explained. Instead of being all lofty with it, if you're in a relationship with a person and you accept them as they are, that's the same thing as walking in faith, right? Walking in the truth of something. If those people, right, accept themselves that way, and then you accept them as they are, you guys are both walking in purpose right there. I don't see the disagreement. Your thoughts on that?
A person can believe so much to where they feel like you should be believing the same as you. And so that's where it becomes obsessive.
But those are childish people. They're childish.
Exactly.
Yes. Is that who you've been dealing with?
That's who I was dealing with.
Yeah,
not anymore.
Now we're getting down to the meat. That's what I've been trying to get, man. I know Bowman comes in here with these riddles. Now, Bowman, you've been dealing with a person like that was trying to force you to be a certain way, right?
Correct.
And what did you do to free yourself from that?
They had to free themselves from me because I stood my ground, and I'm a spiritual person. I'm not going to, sway. I'm just going to believe in what I believe, and I'm not going to force you to believe anything else. I accept you for who you are. But if that's what you need, then so be it.
Bowman, every show you call, there is some type of conflict or strife. Bowman, have you found balance and harmony within yourself?
Yes, tremendously. And that's the issue, though. When
Wait.
you're a balanced person.
The issue is being a balanced person? Come on, Bowman, tell me.
Yes, so I'm telling you, it's not easy, man. What's that saying? It's not easy being cheesy?
What is Bowman talking about right now?
I'm telling you, being a balanced person is not an easy life. You really think I'm joking? It's seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Being balanced it's not fun.
Why is it not easy?
Because you have a different perspective,
Andy
Them
had
different
something.
perspectives.
Andy wanted to say something. Go ahead, Andy, because I saw Andy. Andy wanted to say something.
I don't want to say anything. I just wanted to ask a question. You know, what made it difficult?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're at peace with yourself, if you're in harmony with yourself, brother, how in the Sam hell is it a hard life? Talk to me.
Because some will see you as thinking you're better than them.
Why do you care if you're at peace with yourself?
Figured out.
Why do you care?
Because at the end of the day, you know it's out of your control. You can control what you can control, and what you can't, you just, leave it up to whatever. So sometimes that bothers people because you can become the most simplest person, and nothing can be, disturb you or your peace.
Andy is perplexed and perturbed. Come on, Andy, get in here.
Look, I stand to be corrected, but what it sounds like, and this is just my interpretation just from listening to Zoe today and, just listening to you, Bowman, it sounds as if, like, you're unwilling to be open to another perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so stuck in what it is that how you view things, how you do things, that, you can't allow another perspective to come in and at least for you to maybe at least have some sort of understanding.
And can you call that harmonious and balanced?
Not at all.
In my opinion.
Not at all.
Bowman, you're like the right. Go ahead, Bowman. Finish your thought.
So my thing is, look, 50-50 is just not an easy thing, and people will look at you crazy if you're 50-50. I'm sorry. It's just, and relationships aren't ever going to be 50-50. You can work toward it, but it's just the reality is it's not going to be ever 50-50.
That might be, well, you know what? I agree with you, Bowman. I agree with you, Bowman. I'm just going to go ahead and concede, But we said that at the beginning of the topic when we said it's a hard thing to maintain. So I agree with you, Bowman. But have you learned to work with people during the difficult times when the balance is off? What have you learned?
Yes. So I've learned that some people are getting their own way, and they aren't willing to learn new things.
Bowman, why are all your examples about the other person? What about you? You be like, some people get in their own way, man. I done had a gang of relationships and none of them worked out. But other people, I want to know, Bowman, how do you get in your own way, sir?
Oh, I have no clue, though. No clue.
And that's part of the problem. Then that means you're not fully integrated into yourself. Even Carl Jung tells people you have to integrate into the shadow. You have to integrate your shadow, your unconscious self, into your conscious self in order to find some level of balance, sir. Have you done it?
No, I'm telling you, I'm very balanced. You would not believe me, but I'm telling you, I am.
I believe you, Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bowman, give out your Instagram so people can follow you. Because, some beautiful, balanced woman is gonna tap in because she heard you tonight. What's your Instagram, Bowman?
It's The Real Bowman Lee. That's spelled Bohman, last name Lee, Lee.
All right. And then Andy has one other thing to say.
What does balance look like to you, Brother Bowman?
Balance to me is just walking in spirit. Walking in spirit and being the most righteous person you can without being how can I say it? Acting like you're better than other people. You're humble,
I got you. I could cook with that, Bowman. Hey, I could cook with that. I appreciate you, Bowman. Thank you for bringing Grand Prairie, Texas in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. When we come forward, we going to talk to Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Ebony Loren, and Febrez's new scent, Soothe and Restore, is so good I wrote a song about it.
I know just what I do. Febreze has my favorite scent. Makes the perfect environment. Sweet like sugar, smooth shea butter. What could be better than being with each other now? Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
To some, this might sound like a typical family dog. But at Dog Chow, we know that for a veteran suffering from PTSD, this could be the sound of life-saving therapy.
Thanks, Betty.
That's why we've made it our mission to connect every military hero in need with a canine hero of their own. To learn about the simple ways you can help Dog Chow in our mission, visit dogchow.com/veterans.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set for just $34.97, both exclusively at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools, the highest quality tool brand at Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? John B. Bring it on now. Let them feel where you come from. Are you still there for me? Left once again at home. Another night on your own. Ain't no fun in love if you're loving alone. How does it feel to be useless? Oh no. Tell her. Can you recall how close we used to be then? Can you still remember those feelings again?
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. My playlist is my co-host. Y'all gotta hear a little bit of that Tupac. Are you still down? Let's go.
It's a love thing, plus I'm overheating from the rush. I'm tongues touch, kissing, feeling fireworks. Watch the sky. I make you smile, but you rather have what makes you cry. Say goodbye and I'll leave now. With my heart on my sleeve, memories down. What I found is you still care. You had feelings and they still there. Baby girl, keep it real.
Today, we're talking all about balance in relationships.
Standing up for your own goals in your relationship is not always easy. Most of the time, Adi and I are 100% supportive of each other's goals. Sometimes she says she wants to track her macros, she's really working towards some very specific nutrition goals, and one night I just want to crush some pizza. It would be way more fun if she would eat it with me so I don't feel bad. And so sometimes I'll try to coerce her, I'll try to peer pressure her into doing it. And most of the time she holds strong and she says, no, I told you I have this goal, I'm not going to eat pizza. She holds her boundaries, she stands up for her own goals, which does a couple things. One, she's building integrity with herself. She promised herself that she was going to stick to her macros, and she's doing that. That integrity muscle, that trust muscle with herself gets a little bit stronger. On the flip side, it shows me what's possible for because she's standing up for herself. I know that I can do it for myself as well.
Yeah, one of the really good pieces of advice that we got from a mentor is that when you're doing things like being consistent with fitness, nutrition, or your profession, or you're maintaining that integrity with yourself and that consistency, it's really good to think about it that it's super easy for me to be like, of course I want to crush some pizza with you right now. Like, how much fun is that in the moment? Eating some pizza, watching some Peaky Blinders, or whatever we're watching on Netflix, and just really having a good time. It's, of course, I really want to do that. But for me, taking this perspective that she taught us of standing up for their greatness, it's like me standing up for him just as much as it is me standing up for myself, not giving in to that temptation of just absolutely, completely forgetting about all my goals. There is a time and a place, but every time that I do stand up for my goals and what it is that I'm looking to achieve, it's also standing up for his goals and what he's looking to achieve, even if they're not the same thing. It gives him the courage to see, you know, I can say no in the face of adversity. And I think as a byproduct helps him strengthen that integrity muscle too.
At first it pisses me off a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building. Again. Relationships are a tightrope of balance. They do impact the emotional well-being if that balance is out of whack. There must be inner harmony in order to have an outer connection. Right? How self-harmony impacts your relationship. You need harmony on the inside in order to have balance on the outside. The need for inner harmony is the compass that guides our interactions with others. When we are at peace with ourselves, we bring a sense of completeness to the relationship. Self-awareness and self-love empower us to contribute positively, to be a source of support rather than a wellspring of neediness. In conclusion, the concept of balance in relationship is a nuanced journey, a delicate dance between individualism, as we talked about before, and togetherness, security and vulnerability, and self-harmony and outer connections. Now, while our obsession with balance can be rooted in fears and insecurities, it can also be a pathway to growth and understanding. Instead of fixating on a perfect equilibrium, let us embrace the imperfections, the complexities, the humanity of our partners, the beautiful messiness of love, for it is in those moments, right, that we can truly find the profound beauty of an authentic connection. But I'm telling you, you're in a give and take society, so your relationships are basically give and take. So there is no inner inquiry, right? And if there's no inner inquiry, there can be no inner harmony. If there's no inner harmony, there can be no outer connection. If there's no outer connection, there's no balance. There's no respect. There's no mutual respect. There's no mutual appreciation, mutual consideration. Do you understand? This is a difficult topic to tackle because people think balance is based on something that they can judge the value of. sometimes somebody just being there for you in a moment of need can actually bring harmony to you on the inside. This is heavy, man. This is very heavy stuff. We got callers on the line. People want to talk, and I want to talk to them. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Get in here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Mimi. Welcome to the VOR. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm kind of all over the map right now because of my mom. I just came from the hospital visiting with her. She's
sorry.
resting, and thank you. So I'm just kind of, my thoughts are peace. So I like this topic. I really do. And I want to say, you were talking to Bowman, and it went into like this religious, spiritual thing, which was nice. My ex, he was a Jehovah's Witness and a Muslim, and back to being a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm a Christian. And he didn't want to go to church, just period. But I was willing and open to going to the Kingdom Hall. So I agree with you. I think that balance is about being vulnerable, being open-minded, seeing both sides.
And how good are you at it? Because you're giving me examples right now, Mimi.
Right. Well, if you I'll be honest, okay? It's certain things in my life when it comes to relationship. As I got older, I became more one-sided.
What are those things? What are those things?
I would say when it comes to spirituality, religion, I want to be with somebody we're on the same page, because although I was in a relationship interfaith and I loved him very much, it was a struggle because I was willing, but he wasn't. And I said, well, I just want peace with that. Like, can't we just be on the same page? You know, can't we just have that, at least that one thing?
And I would, I would say he probably destroyed something very beautiful inside of you, because the fact that you went to his faith, his denomination, to show him support, and then when he didn't return that in a mutual way, to maybe go to your church and participate in the way you got down, I think right now you're like, I don't want nobody like that anymore.
You're right. I mean,
and I think he shut down something beautiful in you, because guess what? You should keep that, because that open perspective is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You just got a bad person who didn't know how to reciprocate.
I never thought about it like that.
I know. Typically when we don't get what we want, what we do, we shut down. And there you go. You shut down a good part of you. That is a good quality to have. To say, you know what, I care about this man. I'm invested in this man. I'm invested in what he's invested in. I may not join his religion, but you know what? I will go and show support. That is a good quality. You remember the section we talked about earlier when we talked about balancing differences in perspective. That's what you were actively participating in. You said, this is not my belief, but guess what? I'm going to participate in what he's doing. Don't let that be killed because one guy didn't bring it back to you. That's a good quality to have, Mimi.
Yeah,
okay?
I didn't even know that's what I was doing.
Hold tight.
I see it now.
Hold tight, Mimi. Don't leave. When we come forward back to Jacksonville, I got to wrap that up with Mimi.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The White House is warning of the consequences of a government shutdown at the end of the month. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said a shutdown would cut nutritional assistance for nearly 7 million mothers and children covered by the WIC program. Congress needs to pass legislation to fund the government before October 1st. Meanwhile, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez says he expects to be exonerated of federal bribery and corruption charges. The Democrat responded to the indictment, saying many have rushed to judgment based on a limited set of facts. Authorities said a search of the Menendez home turned up gold bars and nearly $500,000 in hidden cash. He's resisted calls to resign from Congress. And the Writers Guild of America and Hollywood's top studios have reached a tentative agreement to resolve the ongoing writers' strike. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up, 'cause I need love that day, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, 'cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Yo, so I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, 'cause I need love that day, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, 'cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Come on, playlist. Hey. Oh man, those drops is cold. KBLA Talk 1580 is where all the magic happens. Tonight on The Voice of Reason, is your obsession with balance ruining your relationship? Man, balance is an elusive idea. Influences not only the dynamics of our relationships, but also our emotional well-being. As we navigate the intricate interplay of love and life, we often find ourselves burdened by the relentless pressure to maintain some type of relational equilibrium. In this show, we have dug deep into the profound ramifications of this pressure on our emotional health, right? We are going to explore even more the potential benefits of occasional imbalance. And recognize the cultural and societal nuances that shape our concept of balance. Mimi was on and she was actually cooking. Let's get Mimi's final thoughts. Jacksonville, Florida. Speak on it.
Yes, I thought about it, and yes, you're right. I did say I wanted to just focus with somebody on the same page, but I'm open. I'm open, and we'll see what the future holds. I just have one quick thing I want to do.
But wait, before you go further, let me just say, no, you finish your thought, and then I'll come right behind you.
Okay. Since you're balanced, may I give out my Instagram for anybody that may find me alluring? Since you're keeping things balanced, like you did with Bowman.
Okay, give out your Instagram, Mimi.
Lowercase pretty _brown _ Mimi 726. We can talk about the show and other things.
And other things. Well.
And other things.
Well, let me get. Hey now.
You started
Get ready,
something. I like
get ready.
You've started something, and I love it.
But let me say this to you, Mimi. Whenever you have to cut out a piece of yourself, right? Whenever you compromise yourself in order to make somebody else happy, that's imbalance. That's disharmony. Right? Inner harmony creates outer connection, which leads to balance. Right? There must be inner harmony. So your natural proclivity or inclination was simple. Hey, I like this guy. I'm going to participate in what he participates in. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a convert, but I'm going to show solidarity and support for my guy. Those are the actions that make interfaithful relationships work. You make space for what makes them unique. And if you feel like you got to cut that out, that's an imbalance just because you didn't get what you want. So I'm so happy that you rethought it and you're going back to the way you were. Don't let somebody kill pieces of your spirit, lady. Don't let that happen.
I agree. May I add one more thing?
Yes, you may.
No, I won't say it. Never mind.
Go ahead, Mimi. I mean,
I have a crush on someone in the chat. That's it.
Oh, well, tell us
I'm
who
not
it
going to
is.
name any names.
Why not?
Because I know he doesn't like me.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. I don't want to get in nobody mess. I don't want to get in nobody mess now. I don't want to know nothing about it. Mimi, thank you for bringing your city in the building. We'll talk to you some other time. Lord have mercy. Somebody. Mimi giving out her That's why she gave out her Instagram. She using this platform as a hooker. Is that what just happened? Mimi turned this into the whole hookup night. We should do that. You guys want to do a hookup night? I'll do a show and we'll hook up. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be responsible for y'all being hooked up with some crazy people. Anyway, let me just get our next caller on the line. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, man?
The voice of Tinder. Is that what you called it, Truemonger?
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So talk to me, man. What are your thoughts about tonight's topic?
I think it's seemingly that people are obsessed with balance because it just going through life in general, you get pulled in so many directions. The relationship, the intimate relationship on top of that, that's another direction.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find balance within that. Also, I think a problem is that people want it to be convenient. Trying to seek balance is never going to be convenient because you're dealing with life, you're dealing with yourself, you're dealing with other people.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to put that work in to even get close to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's part of the journey. You may never get there, but you gotta embrace the process. And it doesn't revolve around material things or money or any of that. It's within yourself.
And
a lot of people don't want to take time to find themselves.
And here's the sad thing about what you're saying. It doesn't really involve money, but in this society, it does. So, so it's like you can't take money off the table, right? Like money is there, right?
It's there, but if you just use it for what it's really intended for, it really doesn't play into your self-growth, your self-worth.
But
it's just a tool.
But you do know the majority of people in relationships are not using relationships for self-growth, for self-awareness, for self-discovery. Most people are not in it for that, bro. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, a lot of people are in relationships just to have somebody occupying that space.
Go deeper.
To fill a void.
Which is a manifestation of internal disharmony, and ultimately that relationship is going to wind up in what? Imbalance, right?
Mm-hmm. And probably some chaos along the way.
And I want to mention somebody, but this little young couple, they get mentioned all the time. They're all over social media. All types of craziness is happening around them. I don't want to mention their name, but you guys know who I'm talking about, right? Y'all got to know it's a crazy little couple out there. They just had a baby. All types of wildness is happening around this couple. And what we see, yes, we might be entertained by what's happening, on social media, right? But that is a manifestation of internal disharmony within both of them. Am I lying, brother? Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, man, stay with me, Truemonger. Stay with me. When we come forward, I'm going back to talk to Truemonger. He always pulls back the layers of the onion. This topic is getting deeper and deeper. Yo, we got a lot to talk about when we come forward.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Be ready for extreme heat in your area. On days when extreme heat is expected, take action to keep your home as cool as possible. Set your air conditioner to 78 degrees. If AC isn't available, close blinds and curtains on all windows and run fans counterclockwise. Or find your nearest cooling center. Transportation help may be available. Learn more at heatreadyca.com. Brought to you by the state of California.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm MC Light. You know me as the rapper. But guess what? I am the CEO of Sunny Girl Incorporated. We call it SGI. And SGI undoubtedly has a Cadillac, an Escalade to be exact. It's luxury at its finest. It's black, it's sleek, it's clean, and I can show up to any red carpet or any event and feel like I'm flossing. I love it. Cadillac.
Visit Cadillac.com for more.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, wait. Hold on, Andy. Hold on. You got to start that over. This is back when we used to slow dance. You remember the slow jam? Let's start it right over real quick. I just want to get that feeling one more time. Let's go. May I have this dance? It ain't a slow dance unless your hand slipped down. I'm sorry. Let's go. Just right there. Now, don't go all the way down. Just right there.
My imagination anticipates ways I can show you how much I love you. Candy flowers, priceless pearls, romantic trips around the world. Baby, just think, you and me floating on the Caribbean Sea. So exotic, I can just feel the heat. And there's candlelight with the moon so high, hanging in a Spanish sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason in his playlist, Jerry Curl, Mondays. I love it, man. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Tonight's topic is crazy. You can't have absolute balance in a relationship. There's going to be a pendulum. It's going to swing back and forth. There's ebb and flows. There's ebbs and flows in you. There's ebbs and flows in your partner. And of course, there's ebbs and flows in the relationship. So this whole mythological unicorn idea that we've struck balance, you may have struck it, but that doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. And really, when it leaves, that tests the relationship. And you got to be okay to get tested. That's how you know it's a real relationship. You test, you pass the test, you studied for the test, and now you're good. And then you have another moment of balance. You say, this is good. But you don't try to hold on to it or cage it up. It's impossible. Truemonger, get in here and give us your final thoughts, good friend.
Yes, sir. Like I was saying before, it's going to take some effort. And at some point, you may have to pump your brakes to realize that you're out of whack, that you're unbalanced, that you're being pulled in too many directions. You're going to have to pump your own brakes, and you're going to have that discussion with your partner if you want her to understand what's happening. Now, will they automatically understand it? Some may and some may not. Some may not understand where you're coming from because they think all that stuff, all that chaotic stuff is normal, that you're supposed to be going through it. I'm like, yeah, maybe to a certain point, but you're not supposed to drive yourself into the dirt behind it. You're supposed to realize what's going on, correct what's wrong, and improve on it.
No, I agree.
Now, y'all together, but y'all still going through your individual journeys. Like, where you're at currently, she's probably not there, or she may be in a different level than you. You just got to have that honest communication with each other and explain what's going on. And hopefully that'll resolve some of the obsession, some of the conflict that may come up. But if it doesn't, you just have to roll with it, take it as a lesson, and keep going.
Let me ask you this, True. Do you think it would bring great balance and harmony to your soul if we shifted our perspective in terms of explanation? Sometimes we think when we explain something that the person we're explaining it to is going to get it and understand it and process it and add it to their thought process. If we would just take that expectation off the table, I think we would be a little bit more saner. What are your thoughts?
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah. Because we think, yeah, I told you, right? I explained it to you, right? And we think, well, just because we said it, that it's now etched in stone in their spirit. But not necessarily, right? Not necessarily.
Yeah, it doesn't always work that way, no.
Right. Hey, brother, I appreciate the call. Thank you for hanging in there. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. You guys know what this is. This is a national discussion, and I love it when people from all over the nation call in and share their perspectives. But I got some jewels to give you. How does the pressure to maintain balance affect your emotional well-being? The pressure to maintain balance in a relationship is like walking a tightrope. Again, over a chasm of emotional uncertainty. While the intention is to foster harmony, the constant scrutiny of every action and reaction can breed anxiety and stress. It can lead to a self-imposed demand for perfection that leaves us emotionally exhausted and perpetually on edge. Our emotional well-being becomes contingent on the fragile equilibrium of the relationship. Again, accept your imperfections so you can accept your partner's. Right? Understand, your imperfections are the DNA of your expectations. Uh-oh. I know y'all not ready for this sermon I'm about to deliver. I know you don't want to hear that way, but that's what it is. Your expectations, man. I'm telling you, there's fear in there, man. There's resentment, there's doubt, I'm trying to control you. If you got all of that in there, man, and you have it wrapped in this idea of balance, there's going to be problems in that relationship. Right? I want you to hear this. It is necessary to constantly, or is it necessary to constantly strive for balance, or can an occasional imbalance be healthy for a relationship? Well, listen, perfection in balance is a myth. In fact, the quest for constant equilibrium can hinder the organic growth of a relationship. Occasional imbalance, paradoxically, can be a catalyst for growth. It forces us to confront our vulnerabilities, communicate our needs, and evolve as individuals and partners. The imperfections and challenges that arise from imbalance can often lead to a deeper understanding and emotional resilience. In other words, it's not going to always be good. It's not going to always be perfect. I'm telling you now, inner harmony leads to outer connection. How does the concept of balance differ from cultural and in different cultural and societal contexts? Well, balance is a concept as diverse as the culture and societies that shape it. In some cultures, balance may be perceived as maintaining tradition and stability, while in others, it might be adapting to change and seeking personal growth. Societal norms, values, and expectations also play a pivotal role in defining what constitutes balance in a relationship. Understanding these cultural and societal differences is crucial to fostering empathy and respect for diverse perspectives. But many people don't respect diverse perspectives. Many people want you to get on their page, want you to get on their program, right? Well, if the program is faulty because the inside is faulty, then I don't know what you want. Now that I've covered that, I got to give a little time to this. That conversation that Robin was having earlier with Nick about Ice Cube and NWA, I got to rattle this off real quick. Okay? I love NWA. They're one of my favorite groups of all times, but they missed an opportunity to be what Public Enemy was to the East Coast. They could have been that for the West Coast. The F the Police record was the record that was the catalyst for them to be the Lost Poets, for them to be like something really revolutionary and heavy. They had an opportunity to be Public Enemy's West Coast counterpart. But what they did was they chose to go down another route, and that was glorifying and aggrandizing gang life. Now, just be men about it. And don't try to hide behind we reporters and we reporting what's happening in the streets. No, you're glorifying it too because you made records about it that glorified it. And when that happened, you opened the door for everybody else to jump on board too. So let's just be real. You missed a golden opportunity. The F the Police record was the record that would have sent you guys into the stratosphere on the same level as Public Enemy. Public Enemy is respected. NWA was feared. There we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. You know how I do. Now, stay tuned for our girl, Jill Monroe, RSVP, up next.
It beats so strong. It's in your eyes. What can I say? They turn me on. I don't care where we go. I don't care what we do. I don't care, pretty baby.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The White House is warning of the consequences of a government shutdown.